Yeah, okay. So the militiaman doesn't speak common. Does anybody here? I don't think you do you? Babel doesn't. I guess the dude does. So he says something, and the local guy has a quick conversation with the police officer, and the police officer goes up to Yashana and goes to like sort of pull your arm off, as in like let him go.
Alright, I'll let him do that.
Cool. So he stands the bloke up, he turns him around, and then he kicks him in the backside and says something along the lines of, now get out of here. Like you sort of get that feeling that that's what he was said.
Yeah.
And then he turns to the two of you with his sword pointed, and he points it in your face, and then he turns and points it in Elvish's face, and not Elvish, Carvel's face, and he says something cautioning, and then sort of puts his sword back in the belt and sort of walks away.
Shana pulls like a very serious face while he's doing this and nods.
Okay, very nice. Thank you.
Itadakimasu.
I just got my dinner, shepherd's pie.
I'm thinking Carbon might actually put the guy's t-shirt on just to totally shame him. And he's just going to
It's gold. It's got a big tear in it, but yeah, you put it on. He gives you a really dirty look and points at you like he's coming for you. So, I guess, Romerick, you come into town at the sort of the tail end of this scene. Elvish is nowhere to be found. Or do you come back in sort of once the bloke's gone? Or
yeah, once the disturbances died down, I come back.
Cool. So yeah, Romerick, you come into sort of the tail end of this, and everybody's calming down a little bit, and you see Shana and Elvish, like familiar faces.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I just give them a sort of a bow, a little tiny bow each.
Yep.
And just sort of like just have greetings like, hey, good day. Like
handshake or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much without saying anything, just sort of bow and handshake.
Yeah, right. Who wants to talk first?
Alright, as he shakes our hands, Shana grabs hold of his hand and she's like, I'm sorry about the eye.
Romerick is confused and says, What? What do you mean?
I'm sorry about your eye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, friend.
Romerick sort of pats his eyes and sort of realizes he's blind in the right eye, and he's starting to get confused and like, what's going on?
That must have hit you pretty hard. Ha 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 ha.
Romerick's sort of disturbed by hearing this and looks at her in confusion and just doesn't question it.
Alrighty. Well, not to push things along a little bit, but I think Romerick's the only one with outstanding things that really need to be solved. Everybody else is just kind of hanging out, aren't they?
Oh, okay. You want me to say stuff?
Yeah, well, that's why you came back to town, wasn't it?
Right. Tries to gather everyone around. That he knows. Romerick's
come on.
Sort of growls. So he sort of focuses his conversation to Elvish and vision, their sort of vision of the forest being overwhelmed by darkness. Seeing shadow, lurking shadow, and us in protecting the forest against the shadows.
My previous encounter with the shadows, and I'm extremely reluctant to have anything to do with them again.
It's alright, Elvish. We have the tattoos now.
Yeah, but you've got your shiny new tattoo though.
Magic is going to work.
Romerick is ecstatic at hearing their acceptance of his request with their hands.
In Kabul.
To Sean and says he's a really close friend.
Yep.
The grass thing was from James. Sort of don't really regard it as being an intelligent creature of any sort. It's just this weird plant thing.
My companion sort of whimpers like a cute dog does, like as he says that.
Gives you the old puppy eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't really say it so much as express it in body language, I guess.
Yeah. It sort of understands body language pretty well, considering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. It also starts to nuzzle against Shana's legs, like a cute dog does.
Alright, Shana pats it.
Where it goes, looks like you found a new friend, talking to his companion. And the companion sort of like waggles its little grassy tail, agreeing. That's it.
Right. Dungeon rations. Oh. Yeah. Well, tell me when you fix it, because I'll have to copy that. But they're not undead. Now, well, I guess we know. I know this, so it doesn't really apply to you. All right. So, in your pursuit of information, guys, what do you do?
Oh, maybe go talk to the mayor.
The mayor. Have you guys met the mayor?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. The mayor. So you know where he lives. It's pretty obvious. He's got a house that's 4 times. And sort of you see people go in and out of there, but never been sort of curious, bothered enough to go in. But you head out that way, and I guess at the steps there's a couple of those militia guys. Ensure that nobody is doing anything stupid outside the mayor's house, you know. But it's sort of open, like the doors are open, and it looks like it's a public space, so you can just sort of roll on in. And as you do so, you see like this guy is sort of more than just like a mayor, like it is from where you guys are from. Like the guys that speak common around here call him the mayor, but he's much more like a king. From what you can see, like the decorations and everything like that, and sort of the way people act, like they act like they're in a palace rather than a a political public space or whatever. So there's a guy sort of sitting at a second set of double doors on the entrance who's clearly like keeping people in a queue to go in and see the mayor. There's like 2 or 3 people there. It shouldn't be too long a wait or whatever. So I'm assuming you guys wait there, or tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm also waiting.
Sure. So
Yep.
it's your turn comes about, and the doors open for you, and you walk on in there, and it's a corridor with a raised seat, like a throne, at the end of it. And upon the throne is the fattest man you have ever seen in your life. He is truly gigantic.
Is it Jabba the Hutt?
That's what I was thinking.
Like he's getting that way, yeah. And he is covered from head to toe in these glowing blue tattoos. You know that the locals are like a dark tanned sort of skin color, but you wouldn't be able to tell that with this guy because he is nearly just all glowing blue from the tattoos that he's got. But they're very intricate and very distinct from most other locals' tattoos, and he's got a lot of piercings as well. And not only is he like the fattest guy you've ever seen, but he looks really old as well. Like he's got a big flowing beard down his bulging belly, and and he's sitting like the chair would have to be three chairs that you would sit on. You know what I mean? So yeah, how do you approach? What do you do?
Ramerick sort of notices the similarities between the new tattoos on his friends and this new, well, it's not this new, this king. So Ramerick sort of nudges both Elvish and Shana and just sort of asks, "These new tattoos, what are they?"
He's British now?
I don't know.
Now's not the time to be asking for tattoos.
I honestly can't remember. I was so drunk when I got it.
Ramerick sort of ponders on the thought of a drunk night and sort of feels his right eye and just sort of just goes quiet.
All right, so the mayor bellows. He says, "You are not from here. What is it that you want? My time is precious."
Ramerick steps forward, tells this guy about his dreams of the forest being taken over by the shadows and how the animals are getting dangerous.
Yes, my militia have reported this. The animals are going mad.
Ramerick sort of pleads about not killing the animals and that it's not their fault, it's the shadows or something like that taking over their minds and all this kind of stuff.
That may be so, but they threaten our people and our way of life. And that I cannot abide in. Now tell me, what would you have of me?
Rorik sort of steps back to try and let the others speak, as he can't get his request forward.
I come forward and say, yeah, it's not what we would like of you. What can we do to help you? Is there? You say these animals are causing you problems. Can we help out in some way?
And what reward can we expect?
We might get a chat now.
Okay. So I would say that this is now a parlay. The leverage that you have being your help. It's clear that you guys came here wanting something, and Romerick has sort of put that forward a little bit. But now you're offering help. So whoever wants to roll parlay.
I got +2 on charisma.
Yeah, the bard.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Eight, okay. They still get a modifier. No, sorry. On a 7 to 9, they do what you ask, but they need some concrete assurance of your promise right now. So
I show them the sweet tattoos that we got. It's like, yeah, man, we're like part of your tribe, man.
he goes, I see you bear the mark of the shade. Now tell me, do you know what that mark means?
Can I roll for bluff? Because I have no idea what it means.
So do you not remember actually getting the tattoo?
I think in character, I don't.
In character, you don't. Okay. So, just say what you think you would, because there's no move for that. There's no move for...
Mark of the Shade, yeah, that's it's like shady, sneaky, shady folks like my friend Carbell here. You know, it's like the mark they have, you know, so you can tell that.
He sort of interrupts you and goes, "Bah! They're just like all the others. They wear their tattoos not knowing what they mean, not knowing the power that resides within."
I know what it means, good king.
They call me the mayor.
Good
What?
mayor. It protects us from
Tell
the
me,
dark.
what does it mean? The shadows, indeed. Those marks are of a particular value in this circumstance. Tell you what, I have a party running patrol near the forest of your elven friend here. I ask that you accompany him and prevent their corruption. We'll see what we make of these demons. And as for you, and he points at Romerick, I cannot assure you that I won't kill those that attack us, but I will assure you that we will not provoke action ourselves. What say you?
Rorik bows down in a thankful manner and just says, I thank you for answering to my request. I'm honored that you would help us in this way.
Very well. Seek out Varstad. He's the captain of my militia. He will tell you where you need to be and when. Right. Is there anything else that people want to say?
I need to go pee.
Fair enough.
I'll be right back.
Are we at the point where we want to take a break?
Not yet.
I just need to do a quick pee.
Use a bottle, Mason.
Commit. Problem. All right. So we'll assume he's silent for the little while. Does anybody else want to perk up and say anything else to this guy?
Nope.
Alrighty.
How did you get so fat?
Yeah, a servant brings over a massive tray of food and stuff. He just devours it. A couple of bites. Anyways, you guys head out of the chamber, and the herald follows you out. The herald that was sort of writing down the conversation. He walks out with you guys, and as you leave the room, he says, "Vashstad will be in the captain of the guard's office. It's down that hallway there. Third door on the left. Be prepared. He looks. He has some facial disfigurations. You know, he's a great captain of our militia, but just be warned." And he turns and walks back into the chamber with the next person that's lined up to talk to the mayor. So I'm assuming you guys head down that way and talk to the guard captain.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys sort of knock on the door and hear enter. You know, or actually, it wouldn't be enter. It'd be something in their native language that means that, but you guys wouldn't know. Sort of, you assume to open the door. You open it up, and this guy is he has a three-nailed claw mark that goes from top right of his face to the bottom left. Sorry, I bumped the microphone. To the bottom left, and it's really deep gouge, kind of. You wouldn't think he would have survived an attack, a hit like that. In our modern time, it would require some serious facial reconstruction. But yeah, it looks like whatever did that to him has sort of broken through a bit of his skull, and his eye socket is collapsed down, so the skull sort of dropped together. And his head is an odd shape, and his face doesn't look much like a face at all. And yeah, what do you do?
I stare.
Just simply.
Just really, really obviously staring at this thing, just slack jaws. And
Romerick just bows down in a greeting.
He looks at you with pleasant surpriseness, and sort of returns the action, and yeah, he sort of mimics you in a way that you've not sort of seen before. This is something that this bow of yours is something that's not really because you didn't grow up with humans, you grew up with elementals, so it's just something that you come up with, I guess. Yeah, and he mimics it back to you, and how do you feel about that?
My companion Trepoli goes up to him and starts nuzzling him, and I sort of smile. And
Yeah, he pats him and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he seems pretty friendly towards him. Yeah, and he looks up and he goes, "What can I do for you?"
would you look at the size of that scar?
Yes, I know I have a scar. I was
Romerick
attacked
sort of
sometime in my youth.
Romerick's sort of disgusted at this behavior, and just sort of looks at Elvish and just not disgust, but just what's the word?
Disappointed.
Disappointed, yeah. And then Romerick steps a bit forward and starts to explain about his dream not the dream, the vision and the nightmare of the shadows overtaking the forest.
Yep.
And all the animals getting taken over by the dark mist and all that.
Yeah, he responds by sort of confirming a lot of what you've said. The animals have been maddened by something, and they're just going nuts. Animals that usually used to be sort of territorial and stuck to their own area and they've now started venturing out and started attacking people for no reason and things like that. And he said that already large monsters, for some reason, seem larger and seem more ferocious and seem evil innately, not just because of not just because they're animals, but innately evil. Yeah, so he confirms that, and yeah, I'm assuming you say that the mayor had told you to go on the patrol with him with the guardsman. Yeah.
And he also
So, yeah.
asked out of curiosity, because he did the gesture back, if he's seen Remerick's family in the wilderness when he patrolled and stuff.
So yeah, once he gets the description of them, he doesn't sort of recognize who it is you're talking about. Although he does know of the grass, like the nymphs. He knows of their existence, but sort of it's not any different from the others.
Okay. Remerick just sort of nods.
So yeah, I guess in the long and the short of it, he organises for you guys to go on a patrol. It's a day from now. It starts a day from now. Then they're heading out, touching on the edge of Romerick's forest and looping back just on a patrol to try and see how some surrounding smaller villages are going. By the way, this includes the village of Hackoff, which you guys note on the map that he's sort of showing you where the patrol goes. The village of Hackoff is where you guys were the first time you entered the valley, like Shana and Kabul, and that was back with that. That's from that. So yeah, Shana and Kabul, you guys recognise that that's on the route.
All right.
Cool. Righto, any questions?
Yeah, I asked the guard, the guy, how he got the scar on his face.
He said it's a local monster called a it's called a terrapan, Terapan, terrapan. And it's a big sort of, if you got a bear and crossed it with a tortoise. So it's got a big shell on the back. It's generally green in color, or green or brown or whatever, and doesn't have any fur, but it's got big claws and it can sometimes stand on its two hind legs, and it's quite territorial. Yeah, and he says on his, wouldn't you know it, his first patrol out, his patrol got attacked, and this is what he had to show for it. And then he points to a massive plaque on the wall and a shell that is like sort of a meter in diameter. A big wooden plaque with a shell nailed to it, and says something along the lines of, like, I got him back. Romerick, how do you feel about this?
Sorry, what?
Speak your language. Well, wherever he is, he wouldn't have gone to fight the Titan alone. Besides, you've got a great thing going here. How do you feel about the fact that this guy's got a hunting trophy on his wall?
You said it was like a big monster. It was like one of those kind of attacking ones, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, it's like a monster of the field, not necessarily like a docile animal. Like it's territorial, but kind of vicious.
He doesn't mind it. Like, he understands, because he mixes with the men of the valley and stuff. He understands that people have to defend themselves against the monsters as well. It's just a circle of life kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's not really against it. It's more the hunting aspect he hates.
Yeah. Okay. So because this guy didn't go out like hunting for it, he killed it when it attacked him. You're all right with it?
Yeah, because it's self-defense.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so yeah, it gives you the details of sort of where to meet your the blokes you're going out on tour with, and sort of bids you farewell. Unless you guys have any more to add.
Remrick just sort of asks him how he knows the family, like if he's actually been in contact with them or just seen them before. He's just interested.
Oh, yeah, nymph things. Yeah, he says he's sort of seen the creatures out on parole before, but patrol. Sorry, not parole. Out on patrol before, but he's sort of never interacted with them. Like every time he sort of comes near, they skitter away, and he's never really seen one up close. And like I said before, he wouldn't be able to tell one from another. He wouldn't be able to tell specifically the ones from your forest or the ones that you know through many others. And
Racist.
yeah, so I guess